Hey everyone, it's Krista here with Outgrowing, and today we are going to be discussing a couple important things that need to be discussed right now. I know I said in my last video that I was going to put a video about my garden vegetables successes and fails of 2024, but I thought this video should come first because it's a little bit time sensitive in the sense that if you are wanting to grow Lisianthus this year, you might want to watch this video first. So I'm going to start off just by recapping that I had a video last year. I will link it in the description so you guys can check it out. But I had a video last year. It was my very first time growing Lisianthus, and I was not loving them, you guys. They were not my favorite. I struggled to germinate them. So I started them under grow lights. So I struggled to germinate them. I think I started 75 seeds, only got about 25 out of the whole works of it all. So that's pretty disappointing. And then they transplanted out, and then some of them died. I think it ended up with like 15 plants altogether. And I even bought some plants from a greenhouse. So that was crappy. I didn't love the colors of them. And I pretty much just got what I could get because by the time I decided I wanted to try them, a lot of the seed companies were sold out of the ones that I would have naturally been drawn to. But I was like, well, whatever. It's just my first year, so I'm just going to like grab whatever and try them out. And so I did that. And I had a heck of a time with the Lisianthus. And now Lisianthus are a cut flower grower's dream by the looks of it to me. Like everybody that I follow, everybody that I've like on YouTube, Instagram, whatever, everybody goes like crazy about the Lisianthus. Now, after my first year of growing them, I was like, okay, these things are way too labor intensive for my liking. You know, like they're too, you got to start them super early. So you're essentially babysitting these for like 5-6 months. That's a lot of time invested into one plant and to one flower, like into, you know, one kind of a flower. So you're really hoping that these things turn out. And when they didn't, I was like, wow, that was a waste of my time. That was a waste of my energy, my power, everything. I was like, wow, that sucked. So anyway, but I will link the video so that you guys can see the whole video that I did. It's a short little like 13-minute video, I think, so you guys can check it out. But I am not a quitter, and I always say I'm going to try things at least for 2 years, sometimes 3, because you don't really understand everything about a flower on the first. You come up. Come on. Text. Come on, buddy. Anyway, so I said I'm going to try them again, but I'm going to do this a little bit differently. So I reached out to a lady who I know who owns a greenhouse, and I asked her if she would order me some plugs, which plugs are already growing little seedlings. And I think they're just called plugs based on the size of them. I don't even really know like if they're called like a, come on. There you go. If they're really called like transplant plug, seedling, I don't know what they're called at the greenhouse. They call them a liner. I think that's like the tray that you get them in. So there's some terminology I'm not 100% sure about, but little plugs. So they're already started seedlings that you get, and they are, they've already been started for you. So the hardest part's over. With Lisianthus, I think that's the ticket to to growing them, is getting them already started, because that's the hard part. They take a long time to germinate, and then they're very susceptible to dampening off, fusarium wilt, to their roots rotting. So there's like some, okay, what's that all about? Hey, are you feeling like you need some attention? Don't bite me, you little devil. Anyway, so, oh, what is that? You little stinker. Oh, he wants to play right now. But check him out. What's going on with you? What's going on with you? You want the attention on you? You want the attention on you? Look at, I got your little, you want the catnip crayon. Oops. Okay, so anyway, I reached out to get these plugs, and I only ordered 25 of each. 25 Roseanne Brown, 25 of the Roseanne Black Pearl, And I was like, I'm just going to try those and see. And if they work out good, great. And if they don't, then I'm not going to feel like I've invested tons into these and that I'm like never going to get my money out of them. So I got 25 of each, so 50 altogether. And honestly, you guys, this is the magic. Now, I will say, we might have like missed the boat in this video as far as like you being able to order them from a wholesale supplier, or if you know somebody that has a greenhouse, like they may have already put those orders in, so it might be too late to get them. So I maybe should have posted this video in the summertime, but I had intentions of doing that, but then the summer got away on me, and then I was a little discouraged because I had all this video and stuff to show you guys, and then I changed my phone and lost everything. So that's a bummer. But anyway, so if you want to order plugs, then you typically have to order them in the summertime, like July, August, I think. Because I think I ordered mine in August. So latest, maybe September. But that being said, oh, sorry, buddy. I'm sorry. Come here. I'm sorry, little stinker. Well, what? What's wrong with you? Come on. You're being crazy today. You want to fight? He is being playful. Okay, so anyways, but I think the whole idea behind that is like, if you want specific varieties, then you want to have your order in by those times, because then you're guaranteed to be able to get them. If you're not super picky, you probably can still order them, because you can probably order whatever, and they will just kind of give you whatever they have. So ordering in the summertime is important, because then you can order exactly what you want and get exactly what you want. So waiting a little longer, you might not be able to. But that being said, if you are going to grow Lisianthus and you want to try growing them on your own, you're going to want to start them like very soon after Christmas, beginning of the new year. They take a long time. They are the slowest growing plants of all time. And when I got them as plugs last year, they were already started, and they were a little, once I got them, it took them a couple weeks to kind of adapt to the new growing environment. And I will show you guys that as well. But once they got going, then they did pretty good. Like, I was pretty impressed by them. It seemed like the first year I tried them, they got to a certain stage and then they just wouldn't go past that. And I was a little bit nervous about how much fertilizer to use, because I felt like maybe I used a little bit too much and that maybe I burnt them. So I just was that was the first year. This year, honestly, they came, I didn't even fertilize them until I put them into the ground. And I put them into the ground, let them adjust, and then I fertilized them a couple weeks later. So I didn't want to stress them out any more than when I transplanted them. So anyhow, yeah, so I grew those this year. And I think when I transplanted them out into the ground, I honestly think I only had about 2 die, which I can't be sure of why they died. But I mean, out of the 50 that I got, I actually think I got 52, because I think I got 26 and 26. I think that's pretty good. Considering they're a fairly picky flower, like I think they're pretty hardy once you get them going. But in the beginning stages, which I heard the other day when I was at this art class, the people that I took the art class from, they have a lemon tree inside their house, and they grew 1 lemon. It took a whole year to grow a lemon. And then anyways, they have another decent sized lemon growing, and then they have these 2 littler ones, or smaller ones. And the girl said, they're in their first trimester. So I would say the same about Lisianthus. In their first trimester, they are fragile little things, which is true. You know, they really are. And so you definitely want to be careful when you're starting them from seed and in that little time frame. So if you are planning to start them from seed, you really, really want to have those ordered up probably now to get them in time. We are in a little bit of a pickle here in Canada right now, because we have a postal strike going on. So I'm not sure how that's going to affect seed ordering. So when you do order seeds, if you're ordering them from somewhere, which I think you'll have to do that right now if you want to get Lisianthus seeds, you really want to check with them and see how they ship their product out, because you may not get it. And who knows how long this postal strike is going to go on for. I have no idea. And so if you want to order up some Lisianthus seeds, which you should, if you're going to grow them, you should do that now. definitely contact them and ask them before you place your order, because nothing worse than having an order out there and it lingering around, you not knowing when it's coming, all that stuff. So definitely contact them first and chat with them about that and your shipping options. And so I would say we are in zone 3, and I would say if you're going to start your seeds, you're going to want to start them like Jan 1. I started my seeds like end of January, beginning of February a couple years ago, and honestly, that was too late. I needed extra time because my Lizzies weren't really ready till the end of September, the few that I got, like not this past summer, the summer before. So that's too late because where I grow, we can have frost by then. So you need to get them started earlier. So I'm saying like December, January. Like if you're transplanting out a bigger plant, that's not a bad thing. It's just that you got to take care of them that much longer. So that's what I'm saying. Like the cost of your time and energy put into growing seeds may not be worth it when you can order plugs. And I've seen that on some videos as of late in the last couple of years where it's like, yeah, like some of the growers that I follow, they're like, we're ordering our Lisianthus plugs, like, and I can like 100% see why. Like I did that last year. And then so this year I've actually ordered plugs again. So I've ordered a few different varieties, one that the lady recommended to me, and then of course my Roseanne Black Pearl and Roseanne Browns. I actually have to admit, Roseanne Black Pearls their novelty kind of wore off for me last year. I wasn't totally loving them, but I ordered more of them again, just because I do like them. They make the flower arrangements a little bit moodier. So yeah, so I ordered those varieties. So I am actually going to be getting, and maybe there's one more. I can't even remember because I ordered them so long ago. I'm going to be getting about 200 plugs of Lisianthus. So that's kind of exciting. And then basically they'll come in the spring. So I think they arrived mid-March. She held on to them for a couple weeks just to make sure that they, where they bounce back from traveling and all that stuff. And then I picked them up, and then I just basically had to keep them under grow lights until I could plant them out, which was like probably about a month and a half I had to take care of them for, but they were already at such a nice size that they were wonderful to like take care of, and it was all good. And like the risk of disease was far less at that point. So thankfully for that. But yeah, you're going to want to start your Lizzie seeds really soon after Christmas. And so that being said, you guys, if you're interested in doing that, you will probably need you will need, and I will say this over and over again, I've tried the whole window growing method myself, and it just does not work well enough. If you are going to grow seeds, you need to have a grow light, and it needs to be on the scheduled, like 16 hours a day light, or 12 and 12 or whatever. Like you need to have that for germination purposes. So if you're going to grow Lizzies, like you need a grow setup. The light that comes through the window is just not enough for growing strong, hardy plants. And you may be able to grow some, and don't get me wrong, sometimes when I overflow in there and it's getting close to spring, I don't even have south-facing windows. I have north-facing windows. And so for us, we want south. Like I have all these windows in my house, but like that's just not enough light. But once they get big enough, sometimes I'll just like toss them out here, whatever, like just until I can get them outside, and maybe only for a couple weeks, fine. But once they're really established already. But you do need a little something to grow your plants under, like you definitely do. My mom was growing seedlings last year, and she's like, they're just not growing very much. Well, she wasn't leaving the light on long enough, and she didn't have the light close enough to the plants, and maybe not the proper lighting either. I think there's like a lot of gimmicky lights on Amazon that you can get, and lots of probably decent ones. I actually have a few lights that I got from Amazon in my little grow room. I don't think they're as good as my other lights. So if you guys have any suggestions on fairly economical, I'll show you the setup, but if you have any suggestions for lights that I could use that you've gotten before that you think work great, send me a comment in the comment section, because I'm looking to maybe replace the one setup I have or like add to it. But I want to show you guys my little setup because I just want you guys to see that you don't need a lot to get a lot of seeds started. I honestly think I had over 1,000 seedlings started between vegetables and flowers last year in this tiny, tiny little space. So with that being said, let's go have a little look at my little grow op and you guys can see what I use. I have a tiny little house. Well, I guess I'm not going to say tiny. It's like 975 square feet. I only have 2 bedrooms and 1 bedroom is like my all-purpose bedroom and that's where I grow my plants in. So I'm going to take you guys on in there right now. We'll go check it out and I just want you guys to see how easy it is to have a small setup, but you can grow a lot of plants with the small setup. So let's go check it out. Okay, well, here we are. We're in the spare room and this is the grow op situation. I'm just going to turn these on. Okay, so this is my room of everything. This is my old vision board from a few years back. I need to redo it. And then I just have art that people have given me that I had that commission made. It used to be in my old salon. Took the photograph, she made it for me. But anyways, there's like all kinds of art in here that I've been gifted and all that good stuff. It's just like a multi-purpose room. My sister and brother-in-law, some of my girlfriends. But anyways, it's also my art room, my dressing room, my office. It's got all my like salon paperwork stuff here. So there's like a little bit of everything in this room. So first and foremost, I want to talk about this one here. Let's see. Can I zoom in anymore? No. Why? Okay. Anyways, this is a 3-tier light setup that I got from Facebook Marketplace, you guys. And so this is a Floralite light setup, and these will sell. These here will sell for like $1,100 brand new. And I do think this one's a like, well, it obviously is an older model. You might be able to get it with LEDs. I still have, well, it's bright. It's just the fluorescent light tubes that are in there. So you can get, I've never even had to replace them. I just have what I got with them still. They still work great. So anyways, I got this for $175. So tip number 1, check out your local like garage sales, your marketplaces, your used whatever your buy and sell pages, because you can often find really great garden stuff on there for really cheap. So 175 bucks. Mark went and got it for me. Amazing. So this is where I grow and a lot of my stuff on, and I start them horizontally, and then once they get bigger, like, and these are adjustable too, they adjust down, and so I can like adjust them down to be super low, and then once they get higher I can turn them so that they're vertical in here, so then I can get more trays underneath. I start with these trays, and I actually have boxes of trays that they were out on my deck. I just moved them in today. They're covered in snow because we've got, I don't know, like 6 or 7 inches of snow last night. And so I brought them inside because I need to deal with them so I can start planting in the new year. But yeah, this is my one setup, and then I'll show you guys the other one. Here is the other one. So this is kind of my makeshift one, and it's a bit iffy, but it's got these lights that I got off Amazon. They're okay, and actually, this one was all kind of, this plant, I'm trying to nurse it back to health, and it was all kind of like droopy and looking like crap. Not that it's looking great, but I actually noticed it's starting to like perk up a bit. So I'm going to leave that light on there. Like, I just don't know if they're 100% perfect, but they seem to work okay. And then what they have is this little timer. So you can set it for 9, 12, or 16 hours and it turns on and off. So, I can set it for, I think that's the 12-hour one. So I can set it for 12 hours and it'll be on for 12 hours from now, and then it'll turn off. So that's pretty handy. And I just have it on this wooden shelf that I think I already had. And so I just kind of made it on there. There's lights on every one. The only problem is that they're not adjustable. So you kind of have to start like low on that one and then bump them up as they get bigger, kind of thing. And then the bottom one's got quite a bit of space in between there. That's pretty much it, you guys. Like, I have a very small space and I will be able to grow a lot of seedlings. And then whatever I don't grow for seedlings, I usually just direct seed them into the I direct seed them into the garden because I can do that with a lot of things that I grow, and I prefer that. I find my plants to be super hardy and super strong when I grow them in the ground like that. So I just wanted to pop on and just say, you know, Lisianthus have actually redeemed themselves in my world. I definitely like them a lot better this year than I did last year. I'm actually going to head back out to my chair so we can chat a little bit more about that. So I'm back into my chair. I just thought I'd get all cozied up by the warm fireplace. I can see that the sky is starting to break and the snow is finally stopping. Oh yeah, other thing too, if anybody knows how to get the glass open in this so I can clean out my gas fireplace, please let me know as well, because I had somebody come out and clean it a few years ago and it wasn't igniting, so they fixed that up for me. And he showed me how to do it, and I can't remember, and I'm scared of breaking the glass. But if anybody knows how to do that, let me know, or send me in the direction for the right video, because I've watched a few YouTube videos and I still can't figure it out with this one. So it's dirty and I need help. But anyway, I just wanted to come sit back out here. Yeah, and so Lisianthus, yeah, if you're gonna want to start them, you're gonna want to start them now. And I just want to say, like, although I have that video where I didn't love Lizzie's, I don't hate them anymore. They are not quite my favorite cut flower. Like, I mean, I understand why people get really excited about them. They're like, rah rah, Lisianthus. I understand that because they have an incredible vase life. They are very beautiful flowers. They have that rose kind of look to them, so they are gorgeous. For whatever reason, I just I don't know, I just haven't like totally fallen in love with them. And so I think maybe it's the varieties that I'm growing. I did have like a random one show up in the ones that I had last year, and I put it on a short and I was like, what is this? And somebody said Roseanne terracotta. Loved that color. So that was really pretty. So I think I'm just exploring the Lizzies, and I will get there. It's just they are a little trickier than you think. So although I had a hard year with them last year, not this past growing season, I guess 2 growing seasons ago now, I did give them a second chance. And yes, like, they have redeemed themselves. I will say that. I'm not going to be hating on Lisianthus anymore. But you know what? It does take a little while to adjust to how they grow, because I mean, I can grow some plants. Like, I mean, I can grow snapdragons like crazy. I can grow, oh my gosh, like, I mean, calendula, I've got peonies, I've got, well, ranunculus and anemones are 2 other ones that I battle with a little bit, but I'm not giving up on those either. But the reason I wanted to have this video is because Lisianthus need to be started quite early in the season. And so I just wanted to get on here and have this little video for you guys to watch. Because if you're going to do the Lisianthus thing, you're going to have to start them really soon. And I wanted to make sure that I got this on here so that you guys could get a little reminder, like, you got to order those seeds. And I would do it like ASAP to make sure that you get them so that you can have them for yourself. Because you don't know what's going to happen. Like, I order from a place, William Dam Seed Company, and I love their seeds and they're amazing, but they take a little longer to ship and get to you than some of the other seed companies that I've ordered from before. Like Johnny's they are quick and to get you their stuff. But I'm really curious about the whole postal thing right now. So look into that for sure. And definitely give it a try, but you're going to have to give yourself a lot of time. And I think that's one thing, I underestimated how long it takes to grow these dang things. So moving forward, I am going to just order plugs because it's just easier for me. I am only here at the beach half the time and at the farm half the time. So it's just easier for me for somebody else to grow them. They're just too finicky for me to have when I'm only here a few days of the week and then at the farm. So it's just, for me and my lifestyle, it works better to order the plugs in. So that's what I've done. And if that's something you want to do, reach out to your growers right now or go on your wholesale pages. The thing with ordering wholesale is, like, you often have to have a minimum order. So if you can go on there, and if you know you want to order like lots and lots of Lizzies, like, there might be options for you still. Just reach out and ask them. But typically what I kind of follow, and like other growers and other places that you order from, you want to order your seeds or your plugs or your bulbs or your corms or whatever right after they're done their growing season. So like tulips, they're done for us like June, end of June. So, you're wanting to get your order in, they're gonna, and the wholesale companies are like pumping it out to you, like, get your tulip order in by July, end of July, beginning of August, they'll be shipped to you for like end of September because you'll be planting in the fall. So even, you know, I always think when I'm done my growing season, I've already placed a seed order and received it. And it was a fairly significant one because in my head, I just knew that there was things that I did not want to go without. And so I knew I wanted to get them. And then there was also some things that I knew I would need to start come, you know, fairly like maybe February, March, that I knew I wanted to have the seed for. So I ordered those as well. So I know that I'll have them. I am going to do another seed order here any day now. I'll probably work on that this weekend because I'm at home. As I said, we've gotten a ton of snow and I just kind of didn't want to be traveling to the farm this weekend. So I've got a little downtime. So I'll probably work on another seed order. I like to space it out because if you don't, and you grow like a fairly significant size of garden or flower garden, you can end up with a couple $1,000 seed bill all at once. So I'm trying to avoid that. And I've done it for the last few years. So I just kind of order some orders all throughout the off season. And then by the time they come, everything's here. I'm good to go. It's not like a big hefty bill all at once. So I'll probably work on that this weekend too. And just, I've had some really amazing comments and feedback in some of the videos I've just recently posted. And I am so grateful for that, you guys. I really retain information by communicating and with other people. And so it's really helpful for me when you add your comments and all that kind of stuff in the comment section with your tips and tricks and all that kind of stuff, because it's easier for me to retain that. And I love that information from other growers than it is for me to read. Like I can read a book over and over again and it still just doesn't stick with me what I'm learning. So, and I do think everybody has their experiences with growing. So I appreciate all the feedback in the comment section. That has been super helpful to me. So even with that, it's like, with some of your comments and suggestions, it's like, I want to definitely use that and I want to order some seeds. So I want to make sure I get them. So I want to order them early. And that's the one thing to do. If there's specific things you want to make sure you order them nice and early so you get what you want. And yeah, even Lisianthus, I probably, the unfortunate thing is that, you know, for us, we need to start them so early in zone 3. I don't know if everywhere is the same, but we have to start them early. And 2025 doesn't come out until 2025. And so there's going to be new varieties and whatnot that we may not be able to order if we're just going on to online, like companies. But I know that when I ordered my plugs, there was a couple new varieties that she had available because they're always that much further ahead. So it's like, if you're going to order your Lizzie's right now, you're still going to be ordering the 2024 stock. And they're going to probably not have a ton of selection. I think seed companies are getting better at staying like kind of a little ahead of the game. So because so many more people are now growing, which is an amazing thing. Like the more the merrier. Just like I've already connected with quite a few flower growers in my area, and it's awesome. Like, you know what? It's a fabulous thing, and I think it's amazing. And even growing garden vegetables and stuff like that. The more people grow, the merrier, like the better off we are. So I think the seed companies are starting to kind of like get on board with that a little bit more too. So they're also staying ahead of the game. So, but yeah, you guys, I just, that's all I wanted to do is get on here and touch base. As you know, I can ramble and ramble and ramble and ramble and just talk and talk and talk, but I don't want to continue on babbling anymore. So those are kind of my little takeaways from this video. Lisianthus, if you haven't already done so, get on ordering your seeds. See if you can get some plugs. If you can, reach out to some of your garden centers or check out online. See, and then don't forget, like when you're ordering seed, talk to the company. Make sure you communicate about how what your options are for a courier because of the postal strike that's going on right now. And yeah, don't give up. Do not give up. Like if you are starting something or you had a really crappy year last year, don't just throw the towel in, because honestly, you've already learned so much about that flower and that plant that going into this year, you'll even be further ahead. Unless you totally didn't love it, then fine, don't. But I mean, there is something to be said about, you know, persevering, because you can end up with some really, really beautiful options for your garden if you can do that. And I think I am happy that I continued on with the Lisianthus because they have incredible vase life. And so I see their value. They just haven't really done it for me yet this year, but yet in my growing journey, but I'm still fairly new too. So anyways, you guys, that's going to do it for me. I'm going to wrap up this video here now, but yeah, please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Then you'll get notified every time I upload a new video, and then you won't miss out on my quirky, weird little things. And then if you like the video, please give it a like, because then that helps to push the videos out into the YouTube world a little bit more. Every time somebody likes it or comments, it gives a little bump up to the video. So I appreciate when you guys do that as well. And then it also shows me that you guys are enjoying the content that I'm posting. And then it helps me when I am trying to figure out what to post next and what to make my videos about in the future. So I just, yeah, I think that'll do it for me, you guys. So thank you for watching, and I will check you guys next time.